Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along once again. Jenna Steele Stadium is the venue. Round 21 in VPL 1 Victoria. And it's Preston Lions taking on North Geelong Warriors in a crucial game as we head towards the business pointy end of the season. Preston just 4 points off the top of the table. A disappointing defeat to the Eastern Lions last week, and 4 changes made by stand-in head coach Christian Kristevski, with Lujatsevski temporarily overseas. Benji Levitikos and Jake Trajkovski drop out of the starting lineup due to injury. Andrea Roksandich is suspended after picking up his 5th yellow card of the campaign, and Chock Dow drops to the bench. In comes Michael Boffey, the new signing, making his first start for the club after coming off the bench last week. Brandon Lawton comes into the midfield. Alec Mills will play at left back, with Delano Farrow moving to right back. And a welcome return for Matthew Whelan, who's been out for 5 games through suspension after his red card against Melbourne Victory. Preston have sorely missed his presence up front, and the Irishman starts at the first time of asking. Bon Scott between the sticks. Aaron Anderson will partner Boffey in defence. Farrow, as I mentioned, at right back. Nick Dibb and Luke Jego retain their places in midfield. Wesley Jabello and Connor Bell on the flanks. And for North Geelong Warriors, just one change from the side that stunned Northcote City last week after going down 2-0 at John Cain Memorial Reserve. They stormed back for a famous 3-2 win in the second half. And for Stuart Begg's side, Sonny Brimmer drops to the bench. In comes Cassian Angel, the Romanian midfielder. And new signings on hand in the form of Emil Damey, who starts on the substitutes bench. Seth Sakuda between the sticks. Raymond Dio, Anthony Barnavats, George Ellis and Shun Nakamura make up the back 4. Ryan Opperman, the captain, alongside 16-year-old Luka Didalica, the son of Joey Didalica, the former Croatian international, who was coaching North Geelong at the start of the season. Salu Jalo is the left winger who got on the score sheet last week, and Marcus Periton partners the Asian Champions League winner Sergio Escudero up front. Veteran South American. Won it back in 2007 with Urawa Red Diamonds, matching the feat of our own Sasha Ognanovsky. So quite the experienced campaigner up top. Look out for the number 19. As Farrow puts an inviting ball in behind the defence, and Wesley Jabello is brought down for an early free kick here after just 30 seconds. Preston have a golden chance to swing a quality ball into the box. Great distribution from Farrow. And Nakamura had no choice but to bring his man down. So plenty of options off this one. Jabello has to retie a shoelace. Lucas Mattia is today's referee. Didn't see fit to reach for his pocket just yet. Very early on, of course. It's going to be Luke Jego to take. Well, Matty Whelan is the obvious aerial target up top. Scored from a similar position against FC Bulleen Lions. It's a quality ball again, just short of its intended target from Luke Jego. And then Nakamura climbing. Was that another free kick? No. Waved away by Lucas Mattia. Anderson out to Alec Mills, playing in a slightly unfamiliar role at left back today. He does have a left foot. Very confident on the ball for a central defender. After injuries in the squad, he's been called upon. Flag up against Luke Jego, who couldn't keep the ball in play regardless. Now, no Jacob Kresnar, no Adrian Valenti, who've both been out for some time. No natural left back in the side, so Alec Mills has a big job today. And the ever versatile Delano Farrow called upon again to fill another gap At right fullback today, probably more comfortable for him. He's a natural right footer. Farrow being ordered back. And Nick Dibb is the option off the short throw. Both benches very vocal early on. Stuart Begg and Christian Kristevsky dishing out the instructions. Begg returning as North Geelong Warriors head coach in June after he left midway through last year. And the side was relegated from the top flight. This is Connor Bell jinking inside. Still Connor Bell! Oh, almost a Bell special. Well, he was left isolated 1v1 against Raymond Dio. And Connor Bell went to work. Just a whisker away from the top corner. My, that would have been spectacular. No nonsense defending from Boffey. And the first meaningful chance of the match falls to Connor Bell, who almost did the spectacular. This is Opperman. Preston win it back in midfield. Anderson in no rush. You can see Alec Mills playing very narrow there. Might free up one of the midfielders. Oh, that crossfield ball is intercepted. Delano Farrow underneath it. Nakamura's header. This is Salu Jalo, Northern Ireland Youth International. 2 in his last 3 games. So a bit of a purple patch for the number 11. He scored last week against Northcote as well. This is Aaron Anderson. Nick Dibb rather telegraphing that pass to Farrow, giving it away to Opperman. Here's Jallo. Couldn't keep it in, just too heavy. Sergio Escudero involved. Journeyman career has taken him through the top divisions of Thailand, China and South Korea. Lovely flick from Whelan, showing his value to the team. And it's a beautiful crossfield ball from Wesley Gibello. And only a despairing lunge from the defender prevented that from being 1-0 Preston. They were away in a flash after Matty Whelan won the flick. Escudero dropping very deep. This is Periton. Out to Raymond Dio. The 17-year-old has recently been called up to the Papua New Guinea national team. Some bright young talents in this North Geelong lineup. They sit bottom of the table, but their performances belie their results. Ball cannons into Farrow. It should be Bon Scott's, and it is. Brandon Lawton now. Just feel as if Preston have been lacking that big number 9. Matty Whelan and Will Bainham shaped hole in the team for a number of weeks now. And it's given away by Delano Farrow to Periton, who waits a beautiful ball in behind to Opperman. And Preston scramble the danger away. Well, it's a careless turnover. There have been a couple of those already in Preston's own half, which will be of great concern to the coaching staff. Mills up the line, picked off by Dio. Luka Didlitsa. Back to Barnavas. Gibello racing back to win the ball. Dibb, and then around the corner from Jego. Foot race on between the 2 number 11s. And Jarlo wins out. Oh, it was the goalkeepers in the end. Seth Sakuta and George Ellis nearly got themselves in a muddle. 2 balls on the pitch. And this throw will have to be retaken. Defensive record will be a focus today. Preston haven't kept a clean sheet in 10 games. Geelong haven't kept a clean sheet in 4, so you can almost guarantee there's goals one way or another tonight. Barnavats, Didalitsa, Opperman. Now to Jallo, who's onside. Escudero wanted it. Instead he goes wide to Marcus Periton, and it's a difficult one to control. Just got his feet caught. Farrow quickly taken throw. Escudero was lurking. Preston trying to establish a bit of control in this game, which has been somewhat lacking, although the better of the chances has still fallen Preston's way. North Geelong yet to register a shot. Anderson. Bit of space to pick a pass, and he does so, finding Gibello between the lines. He wants to deliver it early to the far post for Connor Bell, who has to race back to keep it alive. Gibello will be ruining that one. A lot of time over it. Alec Mills cuts it back to Bell. No, he was just flattened. Oh, it turns out the free kick has actually gone North Geelong's way for a trip from Connor Bell. Difficult to tell from our broadcast position. Ellis opts for the short pass. Periton. Ellis knocks it long this time. Free header for Michael Boffey, and then Luke Jago just overcooked it for Gibello. Nakamura in a bit of trouble here. Gibello jinks past him. Elected not to try and burst into space. Wesley Gibello there. Takes it infield now. Whelan getting a touch. Lawton working it out to Alec Mills to cross. Deflection on the ball in. It's Whelan. Thought about the spectacular. Defender just got a toe on it, but Whelan, make no mistake, was trying to tee it up for the overhead kick. Ryan Opperman now, the captain, in a bit of traffic. He deals with the pressure really calmly there. Experienced campaigner. Now they've got space on the far side, North Geelong. Right, flashes across goal from Cassian Angel. And no one there to connect in the middle. Preston breathe a sigh of relief. Whelan battling with Nakamura. Felt he was fouled. Referee pays advantage. And it's a good advantage too as Gibello finds Luke Jago in the middle. Connor Bell darting to the left to support him. This is Bell. Jago wants the cut back. It's Luke Jago. He sliced it. Well, real chance going begging for Preston there. It's never quite fluid in that final movement. Connor Bell and Luke Jago just seem to be stepping on each other's toes. So anyway, Preston is set up to press the whole pitch here. It's very aggressive. Opperman has Lawton on his back. No way past him. And now Gibello threads it through the gap. Matty Whelan! What a chance. Well, it's been 6 weeks since we've seen him on the pitch. And Matthew Whelan shows a little bit of rust with that finish. But Preston well and truly on top in these last 5 minutes. And Seth Sakuta is not going to take the risk of a short goal kick this time, after what just happened. Periton. Boffey has to cover and does well. Just ahead of Cassian Angel, the Romanian winger. Most recently playing in the 3rd tier Romania with Aerostar. And there might be a blood rule here. Play held up for Connor Bell, as he has to make the long trek over to the Preston bench. Yeah, just a cut above the eye, which will require a patch-up job for Connor Bell. Back underway with Mills. Preston short-handed for the time being. This is Barnavats. Jallo. Finding Nakamura on the overlap. Oh, fluff clearance from Anderson. And Preston are bailed out by Michael Boffey. Real slice in swing from Aaron Anderson there. There have been nearly moments for both sides. Both sides have flirted with an opening goal and flirted with the disaster. Preston just need to manage this game until Connor Bell can get back out there. Dib. Farrow. Delano Farrow for Matty Whelan. Now Diego. The 10 men of Preston building nicely. Gibello 1v1 against Nakamura. Gibello crafting the space. Whelan sliding in and couldn't make meaningful contacts. As Periton brought down, he was. Well, it's a pressure relieving free kick for North Geelong. Oh, they look like the side with 10. Connor Bell is going to be allowed back on the pitch as soon as Lucas Mattia gives his okay. And back on he comes. And Matty Whelan ordered down to the left flank to cover for the time being. Preston just a little bent out of shape at the moment. At least they're back up to 11 players. Jallo. Looks enterprising so far. Periton. Oh, lovely ball in. And Angel was there. Jallo's going to elect to keep this alive. Looks for the far post. Escudero lurking. Connor Bell with the clearance. Back in his natural position now. Didalitza recycling possession. Didalitza's clip into the box. Got plenty of height, Luka Didalitza, but he's only 16 years old. Son of a Croatian international goalkeeper. I suppose you expect him to have height on his side. And that one's thumped right into the North Geelong bench from Anthony Barnavats. They've been staring down the barrel of a double relegation, North Geelong, but really recovered their form in recent weeks. 2 wins and a draw in their last 5. They beat Northcote last week, as I mentioned earlier. They fought back to draw 2-2 with Western United the week before. The week before that, it's murderous row of fixtures. They lost 3-2 against Melbourne Victory and had a goal ruled out in rather controversial circumstances. So they're a very different side to when Preston last faced them. Matty Whelan and Connor Bell were on the score sheet that day. What can they do here? It's Jago. Bell getting into the box. Jago's cross is blocked. Looks it back out to Alec Mills. Lawton. Jago in space. Jago to deliver. Whelan was waiting. And Seth Sakuta picks it off. Didalitsa took maybe an extra touch that he shouldn't have. And it's put the Warriors under a bit of pressure. Very calmly done, though, the second time around. Given away by Nakamura. Delano Ferro popping up in midfield. Will have to be Wesley Gibello to provide the width. Ferro creating an extra number in there. Lovely switch from Anderson, and now Alec Mills venturing down the left flank. Gets assistance in the form of Jago, who hangs it high. Delano Ferro arriving, and it's turned home by Brandon Lawton. A beautifully worked Preston Lions goal. Oh, the movement of Delano Ferro causing all sorts of problems for the North Geelong defence. And Brandon Lawton was never missing from there. Started with Ferro popping up in midfield, then drawing extra numbers towards him. Anderson switch. Alec Mills down the line to Luke Jago. And then Ferro's header across goal for Brandon Lawton. A simple finish. North Geelong response. Some patient build up here. And then Connor Bell sliding in. And he thought he got the ball. Lucas Mattia disagreed. The lino on the far side had a good view of it, and Connor Bell is going to get a yellow card for that. Difficult to tell with players' bodies in the way. Gotta watch Jallo at the back post here. There's an extra number. They can find him. Cross goes into the 6-yard box. Connor Bell hooks it away. And now Jallo up against Gibello. Crosses early. Anderson away from danger. Whelan. Matty Whelan heads it into space. Comes on to his own flick. And now the early switch is on for Jago. And it was off Nakamura and back to the keeper. Harmless in the end when Preston had numbers in transition. Fairly disappointing end product. Luka Didalitsa now. Jallo. Cutting in field. Jallo wants to shoot. Had eyes only for goal there. And Michael Boffey in the way. Dib. Lawton popping up between the lines. Mills. Now Bell. Oh, 10 or 11 North Geelong players behind the ball, forming the block. And Marcus Perrotton getting in the way of that one. He's got 7 goals in 10 games for their under-23 side, Marcus Perrotton. Become a regular fixture in the seniors, but he's yet to score. Mills. Not enough on the pass. Here comes Angel. Finding Jallo. Now Escudero, the false 9, who drops into all sorts of little pockets to confuse the defence. Oh, that's a hospital back pass from Opperman. Here go Preston on the break. Jago picking out Bell. The return might be on for Jago here, but Connor Bell needed to lift it over the defence. Escudero back the other way. Very open game at the moment. And Delano Ferris seems to have the beating of Nakamura here. Sees it out for a goal kick. 25 minutes played at Geneseo Stadium. Preston with a slender lead. It's come through Brandon Lawton. Just his 2nd goal for the club. Ferrer. Jago putting Didalitsa under pressure. Ooh, whistle's gone against him. It was not a popular decision, at least in these parts. Barnavats, Jallo. Barnavats looking for Jallo again, who looks very lively down the left. Salu Jallo, not on the same wavelength as Opperman. It's a simple ball back for Escudero, which he dismissed. Jabello. Moves it up the line for Whelan. Matty Whelan drifting in field. Past Ellis and now teeing up Connor Bell. He had an option on the left in Luke Jago, but Connor Bell went for goal. Jabello's cross is deflected. It's an awkward one for the goalkeeper who spilled it. And North Geelong get away with one there. Oh, the Warriors were very worried indeed about that one. Awkward deflection, and Seth Sakuda nearly had a moment to forget. Oh, Anderson and Bon Scott getting their wires crossed for a moment. Calmly done by Mills. Nick Dibb in all sorts of space. Lawton. Out muscle. And away comes Luka Didalitsa. Well done by Mills, who held his ground. And this is just back and forth. Well, Preston a bit narrow here on the attack. It could work out through Nick Dibb, who thought he was fouled. And the referee's blown it up the other way. Maybe Nick Dibb has stepped on the defender there, turned his ankle. Both players coming off a bit worse for wear. Yeah, it does look like the defender played the ball and Nick Dibb just caught him on the follow through. But in the end, it might be Dibb who suffers the brunt of the challenge. Just seemed as if Preston weren't filling their lanes correctly on that counter-attack. Everyone trying to run straight to Wood's goal rather than holding the width and maybe dragging a defender with them. Seemed as if it was overcomplicated. Nick Dibb limping here. We'll try and play through it. Luca Resti is an option off the bench. No other natural central midfielders on the side. For the second time this evening, an injury forces Preston down to 10 temporarily. As Nick Dibb is seen to by the physio. Well, the Warriors make their extra number count. Diddlitza. Another foot race on for Pharaoh here against Jallo. Nakamura for Escudero, who's dropped off short again. Escudero into the box. It was a lovely weighted ball for Angel. He did get a toe to it, but never in danger of bothering Bon Scott's goal, I should say. And Nick Dibb straight back onto the pitch and looking to split the defence with that pass for Whelan. Just too heavy and it runs on through to the goalkeeper, Sakuta. Diddlitza. Jallo. Ellis. Nakamura. Jallo. Back to Preston. Diddlitza getting free. Preston forced the ball backwards to George Ellis. Now Raymond Dio. Ellis out to Jallo. Delicately weighted ball, and Preston is trying something outlandish. His teammate wasn't making the run he expected. Nicely done by Jabello. Lawton lost his footing for a moment. Keeps it in field. Keeps this attack alive for Preston. Whelan wants it short and will get it. He helps it on for Mills. Connor Bell attacking the box early. Just trying to time his run here. Mills dwelt on the ball and sees his effort blocked. And Preston have a corner. Well, there have been chances aplenty. Lots of space for Preston to exploit. They just need to make the right pass. Execute in the final third. North Geelong have come here to attack as well. It's been a pretty open game. It's Nick Dibb's corner. Curves it into the near post and it's headed wide with the aid of a deflection. That was Michael Boffey, fancying his first Preston goal. Into the near post again, Sakuta flapped at it. Another good delivery from Nick Dibb. Bell has two defenders for company now. It's going to be a Preston ball. Delano Ferro called forward. They go for the long throw. Boffey and Anderson staying forward for this one. Delano Ferro, what kind of purchase and distance can he get with this throw? Not enough, as it turns out. That's a good challenge, well timed from Boffey. North Geelong up in arms. It's going to be Preston ball as well. It's really well timed from the retreating centre half. Gibello. Boffey wants it and gets it. Mills. Bell for Whelan. And no way through for Alec Mills. See, he's a bit of a fish out of water in that position, but still adapting to a new role. Anderson. Matty Whelan screaming for it at the far posts. Heads it across goal. That's all he could do with that high ball. Now Nick Dibb taking over. Well controlled. Short option for Lawton. Delano Ferro is free. Sends it wide for Gibello. He's all on his lonesome. Takes it back into traffic, Gibello. Looking to use Whelan as the wall pass. Now Wesley Gibello unleashes with the left peg, and it was always rising. Well, that's what Matty Whelan gives you. Not just a presence in the box, but a player to offer defeat, be able to play little flicks and 1-2s. Jago. Aspect of Preston's attack that has been sorely lacking in the last month. Dibb. Jago. Whelan let it run. Oh, it almost came off to perfection. Gibello. Drives for the byline. Gibello. His first cross is blocked. Gets a second bite at it. This time it's Dibb to cross, and it's headed just over. Luke Jago was stretching every sinew. Couldn't get his body over the ball. Preston continue to create quality chances. Can they make them count before the break is the question. Anderson. Escudero backing into Boffey, and Boffey had his arms around the South American, but free kick goes Preston's way. I think the wily veteran was trying to engineer that situation by backing into the young centre half. Gibello. Anderson. Farrow and Dibb keeping the ball rolling for Preston. Frees up Connor Bell. Drive inside. Bell, ambitious ball. It's just that. No chance for Gibello. It's Whelan winning it back. Now the goal scorer, Brandon Lawton. Farrow offering narrow again. Anderson has to run this one down. Jego, the first time pass for Lawton was offline. They've got to sprint back. And Periton now. Calmly done by Marcus Periton. Well, initially the dribble looked good. The release less so. And it sets Connor Bell away in the other direction. Whelan holding his width. Alec Mills is the extra man on the overlap. Whelan eventually finds him. 2 to aim for in the box. Gibello was there. Connor Bell couldn't make contact. The goalkeeper at full stretch. Gibello turns it home at the near post. Luke Jego with a brilliant pick out. And Preston have a 2-goal lead. And they've been good value for it. The waves of attacks have been relentless. Wesley Gibello back amongst the goals. He's 6th in the league this season. And it was a simple enough finish in truth.
Goal scorer for the Preston Lions.
After Luke Jego worked his socks off to get there at the far post and turn a second chance into a second goal. As Mills' initial cross, the goalkeeper was sprawling. Luke Jego took one touch and then just put it in the perfect area. Preston putting their foot down in this first half. It's been the perfect response to last week's defeat to Eastern Lions. They played some pretty scintillating football to go with it. Anderson. Matty Whelan, how transformative he's been to this Preston attack. Mills gives it to Lawton. Oh, Farrow has his pass intercepted by Jallo. There are no easy games in this league. North Geelong in this exact position against Northcote last week and came back, roared back to win in the second half. Preston are knocking the ball around very confidently at the moment. Matty Whelan. Anderson. Fizzes it into Lawton, who finds Matt Whelan, and then Alec Mills still offering out wide. Lawton drives to the byline, finding Jego. Jego's high cross to the back post. Gibello centering ball, Whelan on the spin. His shot blocked, and behind for a corner. For the last 15 minutes, it's just been all Preston. Third before halftime would be no less than they deserve. Nick Dibb has put in quality ball after quality ball when required on set pieces. And he picked his target again. Boffey is in there. Couldn't make contact. It's out to Lawton to strike! Oh my word! Brandon Lawton takes the roof off Geneseo Stadium with an absolute howitzer into the top corner. We'll have to check the net still intact. A thunderous first time hit. You simply don't strike them cleaner than that. What a screamer. Well, his first was the most straightforward of tap-ins. His second is a goal of the season contender. Brandon Lawton can do it all. My oh my. Preston with their tails up. They want 4. The fans want 4. Connor Bell wants 4. He's battling for it with Raymond Dio. And wins a throw. That was half cleared. Out to Lawton at the top of the D. And he had one thing on his mind. Off his weaker left foot, mind you. Sumptuous hit. Now the board is up with 3 minutes added at the end of this first half. And it's been picture perfect as far as Preston are concerned. Will there be a late sting in the tail from the visitors? Oh, brilliant from Whelan. He's been like a bull in a china shop over the last few weeks, just itching to get back out there in competitive action. I'm sure he'll be sucking in the big ones at half-time after missing just over a month of football. Still been training, mind you. He's provided the thrust and the energy and the physicality that Preston have needed in that number 9 position. Mills. Picked off by Angel, but not for long. Jego gallops away. Lawton, did he go too early? He did. Offside flag up on the near side. Didalitza. Oh, he's left it short. And Lawton could be on for the hat-trick. Still Brandon Lawton. Are you kidding me? No. It's deflected goalwards. And a comfortable enough save for Seth Sakuda. Well, there might have been teammates offering in support, but you cannot blame Brandon Lawton for going for glory there. Sally Jalo racing away down the left. Good contest from Pharaoh. Jalo keeps his feet. Opperman, Escudero, Periton, collision off the ball. Von Scott was called into action. Sergio Escudero will go into the book. And that one wouldn't have counted. There was a collision involving Escudero and Nick Dibb. And it looked like Escudero just kicked out at him on the follow-through. If the referees deemed that intentional, he might be lucky to stay on the park. Very strange incident. Yeah, looked an all action from Escudero. That will require some further forensic analysis at the break. And we've played 3 minutes of first half stoppage time. The rest is at Lucas Mattia's discretion. And he blows up to signal the end of a first half that's gone just about as well as Preston could have hoped for. They've turned on the style. 2 goals from Brandon Lawton, a header from Wesley Gibello. The third from Lawton was just a pièce de résistance. It was sumptuous. And will surely figure on the end of season highlight reels. Well, North Geelong have clawed back a 2-goal deficit last week, so they will still believe. But Preston in command at the break. The halftime score, with thanks to Mijak Constructions, our matchday sponsor, is Preston Lions 3, North Geelong Warriors 0. Welcome back to Geelong Stadium for the second half here. Preston Lions 3, North Geelong Warriors 0. With thanks to Mijak Constructions, our matchday sponsor today. Preston with a dominant first half. And they're tracking straight from the kickoff as Matty Whelan is ruled narrowly offside. Well, I'm Josh Parrish. I'm delighted to have some company here in the second half with our injured centre forward, Will Bainham, joining me. Will, congrats on your commentary debut, and nice to have you. I'd rather see you on the pitch, but nice to have you up here with me.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, what have you made of that first half performance? Pretty comfortable so far?
Yeah, very comfortable. Yeah, I thought it was maybe going to go that way. We had to come out and be a lot better than last week, so the boys have shown that you can't get complacent no matter who you're playing. So, no, they put together a good performance, being a professional performance. No one's trying to be a hero. And the unlikely hero is is Brendan Lawton.
I mean, I was about to say, that was a bit of a heroic effort. Wesley Gibello wins it high. Anthony Barnevart's trying to shield the ball, and Gibello a little overzealous in his attempts to win it back. Oh. Brandon Lawton, does he strike him like that in training, or is that one once in a blue moon?
No, he's got that in him. He's got that in him, to be fair. He's always in the right positions. And one thing I didn't know about him is he's played 26 games in the A-League.
Yeah, he played for Melbourne Victory.
Yeah, I only found that out this week, so he's a humble character. Doesn't talk about it too much.
They're quite a run in the Victory first team. Most of his appearances coming at right back from what I remember. As a young lad, he's got a brother in the A-League system as well, with Jordan Lawton captaining Western United's youth team. Colin Scott playing his way out from the back. This is Mills. Short for Dibb. Now Anderson firing it into Pharaoh. It's a difficult one to control. Contorted his body well. And Wesley Gibello shields the ball and wins a throw. Delano Pharaoh's been pretty dynamic in attack today. Popping up all over the place in midfield, in the box, to set up that opening goal.
Yep. Yeah, he's always a threat going forward. And he's been probably one of our most consistent players the last few weeks, so he's doing really well.
Luke Jago chasing back. Oh, Raymond Dio in a bit of trouble as Connor Bell picks his pocket. Lawton out to Jago, who was the wrong side of the last defender. It seems like Preston, the high press has been a real feature of tonight's performance. As Brandon Lawton wins it back. This is Michael Boffey on starting debut. He's acquitted himself pretty well in the heart of defence. Salud Jalo deputising at the back. And pass was intended for Cassian Angel. Mills. Jago. Just wrong foots Connor Bell with the pass.
Right idea.
That's what I noticed about Luke Jago's use of the ball. He loves to play those 1-2 touch passes, knock it round the corner, try and get the ball forward really quickly.
Yeah, that's what he's good at. That's what he's good at, and we recently been, what I've seen a lot in training recently is trying to get him in between the lines, receiving the ball under pressure, because he's too good too good of a player to not receive the ball under pressure and sort of take pressure off other players around him. So
it seems like he can play a deeper role in midfield, but it seems almost a waste.
Yeah, exactly.
Free him up in attack and
Yeah, he can get on the half turn. He's got that ability to get on the half turn if he's brave with it, and can really push us going forward. So he's a very talented player.
No way past Jago for Angel. Off the chest of Whelan. Return from Bell. It's an aerial 1-2. And then Bell somehow splits the gap and finds Whelan again. Look at Didalitza sliding to contest it. Preston win it high, and Stellano Ferro bursting forward to create an extra number. The pass came a lot later than he would have liked. Seems as if we're talking about Luke, he loves to pop up and create an overload on the flanks as well. He's got that kind of free roll to roam. This is Anderson. Jalo. Nakamura now for the Warriors. Didalitza. Oh, he's bisected two teammates with that pass. Escudero quite frustrated with the service. Anderson. Oh, Whelan. Ambitious.
Don't mind it though.
Is that an attempt on goal?
Nah, he's looking for belly there, so nah, don't mind that at all. We've scored plenty of goals just sort of kicking it over to belly and letting him do the rest, so doesn't have to be pretty sometimes, so I don't mind that at all.
Says the lead-up work sometimes can sort of suck in defenders over to one flank, and then Connor Belt gets the 1v1 on the left.
Yeah, exactly. When you have a player like Belly, one of the best players in the league, and
Ferro needed a second bite at that.
Yep. Yeah, as I said, when you have someone like Belly, you've got to get him on the ball as much as you possibly can. Something we maybe lacked in the last few weeks. Still manages to be effective, but just like this, give him the ball and feed him.
It's Luke Jago galloping forward with it. And now Connor Bell in this 1v1 situation, which he loves. No way past Raymond Dio on that occasion. You scored twice last time we played against North Geelong Warriors. What stuck out to you that day? Because I've heard a number of people say to me about that game, they're a lot better than the scoreline and than their record suggests.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was probably my first game in that sort of 10 position. So first half, it was a bit of a... We were a bit all over the place, but we knew we had the quality, and it was a strange game, to be honest. It was, or was it midday? And
yeah,
I don't know. It was, but we came out second half and got the job done. But yeah, I do think, especially their number 9, he's got a lot of quality. Caused us a lot of problems.
Nick Dibb calling the goalkeeper into action with the corner. Jago out to Dibb off the left foot. Well, the less said about that one, the better. That cross aside. Nick Dibb's set pieces have been on point this evening.
Yeah, just stick to your right foot.
Or at least take a touch. North Geelong playing their way into trouble here. And they play their way out of it. Nakamura. There's Brandon Lawton for company. Then Barnavats. Running Didalitza. Nakamura spins. And Matty Whelan concedes the free kick. And free kick's got to be taken from the right spot. Well, it seems like Matty Whelan's provided something that we've been missing in the last few weeks without your services, and serving that ban after his red card against Melbourne Victory. What difference does it make to this team to have a kind of focal point in that number 9 position?
Yeah, it's massive. The way we play, we sort of need that that player coming to the ball and holding the ball up and playing that sort of role because you got players like Wes and Belly who are going to run him behind all day. So you do need that focal point. He's done well tonight and got on the ball side, and when we've needed a bit of help, he's managed to hold the ball up and create a fair bit. I did say to him at halftime to stay a bit more central. He was running out there on the left wing, thinking he's Belly for a bit, but
that's a nice take from the winger, and Bon Scott spilled it, and there's a chance on here for North Geelong with Bon Scott retreating to his goal. Oh, and it's in. It's off Escudero. Might have come off his knee in the end, and North Geelong have a goal back. A rather messy one to concede. Jallo judged the high ball well. Bon Scott should have reeled it in. And then Angel knocked it back to Periton. Took an awkward skip off the turf.
Yeah, seems to be a bit of a pattern there. We still had 5 or 6 players in the box over 2, so we got back well, but that's happened a bit too much this season, I think.
Well, bundled in any which way by the veteran up top for North Geelong. Asian Champions League winner with Urawa Red Diamonds back in 2007, and even in the twilight of his career, he's still got the positional sense and the smarts to sniff out a goal.
Yeah, he's a good player.
This is Gibello looking to hit back for Preston. His cross is blocked, and Nakamura can't quite avoid the concession of the corner. Well, a bit of a wake-up call early in the second half, Will, with what looked like a very cushy half-time lead. It's game on again.
Yeah, not great for us, I think, coming out like that. It's happened a fair bit this season, so yeah, can't really be happening. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. It's the same again. Last week is a little bit complacent with certain teams and think you're all over them, and then you get punished. So
switch off for a second. Luke Jago. Left it a little short, and the counter-attack's on here, and Whelan, well, cops a very obvious yellow card.
What's he done?
Oh, and he may have hurt himself in the process. Well, that's the last thing Preston needed.
It's hammy.
His first game back from suspension. And Matty Whelan in the process of taking one for the team in transition. Has gone down with what looks like a soft tissue injury. So striker dilemma, which looked to be solved by Matty Whelan's return. It's now an open question again. Let's hope it's not as bad as we first fear here. Well, he's holding the shoulder, actually. Giorgio Serdenis is called upon. Whelan's not going to be risked.
Substitution for the Preston Lions coming off number 9, Matthew Whelan, being replaced by number 19, Giorgio Serdenis.
Well, in some ways it's a challenge you've got to make with Preston exposed on the counter-attack, but you hope you don't come off like Matty Whelan just did.
Yeah, I think hopefully he's okay. Obviously we need him, but I think he was probably going to be coming off.
Yeah, I mean, he's not match fit with that period out of the side, so you're wondering how many minutes he'd actually make it through.
No, you got a very capable young striker in Giorgio, so good opportunity to get him a bit of confidence and fitness as well.
Giorgio Serdenis, he scored his first goal away at Western United. And we know he does train well. It just needs to translate some of that form on match day. Delano Ferro squeezing the pass through. Nick Dibb couldn't do the same. Now North Geelong come back the other way at Jarlo. Cross allowed to bounce. Jego only half cleared. Escudero. Now Periton knocks it back. Jallo's cross. Angle at the far post. And goal kick is the verdict.
Good tracking back from Belly there. He'll do that all day.
That's what you need from your wingers when there are moments in games where you're under the pump. And North Geelong look to be preparing a change. Looks like Sonny Brimmer, their top scorer for the season. Well, level with Escudero now that he's netted one tonight. He's going to be unleashed. Bit of a surprise to see him drop out of the starting 11. And Nakamura climbing all over Gibello. Preston will take that advantage and run with it. And it's Wesley Gibello. Couldn't find Connor Bell in the middle. Cross didn't beat the first man, and that's a real opportunity that's gone begging.
It's got to be an early ball there to Belly.
Mills. Connor Bell. Lawton running wide. Back to Mills. Has time to think about his next pass. Should be a square one for Anderson. Bell. Isolated against Dio. Shimmies one way then the other, trying to create a pocket of space. Recycles through Nick Dibb. And now Gibello. Oh, it's given away by Anderson. And Michael Boffey makes a crucial interception and hacks the ball away from trouble. And it's worked out very nicely here for Connor Bell. Fallen very kindly to him. Throws a step over against Dio. Oh, and there was contact there. Maybe initiated by Connor Bell. Marcus Periton for North Geelong now. The game really opening up. Jarlo hangs it high. Nick Dibb gets there, but only succeeds in cushioning it for Cassian Angel. And it's Boffey cleaning up again. Well done by Michael Boffey. And a great find from Lawton.
It's got to be early.
This is Wesley Gibello looking for Connor Bell. The cross was early, and it was a little too heavy. And North Geelong will finally get a chance to make that change. On comes Sonny Brimmer. And Marcus Periton is withdrawn. And he's got 5 goals this season. Been with the club since under 18, Sonny Brimmer, after joining from their crosstown rivals Geelong Soccer Club. Escudero. Tricky customer, Escudero. Shields the ball well. It's going to be a free kick. After some over-eager defending from Nick Dibb. Salu Jarlo's Preston patches this evening, and there's no way through against 2 Preston defenders, but there's a man down off the ball. Lawton. Ferro is very proppy on the far side. Try and run this one off. Brandon Lawton. And Jego popping up between the lines if they can find it. Well, Delano Ferro still very much hobbling. Anderson switches the play to Mills. Connor Bell's in a bit of space out on the left. Mills knocks it in behind. It's Raymond Dio in the way. Ball drops for Bell. Wrestling with Luka Didalitza, the rangy 16-year-old midfielder. Anderson. Gibello. Anderson clips it over the top. And it's going to be offside against the hobbling Delano Ferro. There's movement on the benches again. Another change in the offing for North Geelong with Issei Adanom getting set to replace Angel on the right-hand side. Barnavats. Connor Bell almost sprung away. Only succeeded in giving the ball straight back to the right back. Nick Dibb running on Escudero's blind side. Critical moment in the game here. Luca Resti and Dom Felino getting stripped off for Preston. Lawton.
That's the one.
Luke Jago. Lovely weighted ball for Giorgio Serdenis. This could be his moment. It's saved just too close to the keeper. Oh, it's not cleared. Dangerous ricochet. Delano Ferro comes in to win the ball. Oh, huge chance for Giorgio Serdenis. Just couldn't quite wrap his right boot around it. It's on again here for Gibello. Gets to the byline, cuts it back, but it's cleared by the North Geelong defence. Well, perhaps should have been 4-1, Will.
Yeah, I think that was that exact ball into Jegs in between the lines. That's what he's capable of, and when he gets on that half turn, he can play balls in behind. We've lacked that all season. Forward sort of through balls to strikers or wingers from those midfield. So great play from Jegs, and Giorgio, he drove into the box. It was the right run, on target. Hasn't been playing for a few weeks, so he's done okay. I'd probably expect him to be tucking that away. I see him do it most days in training. Take that onto his left and drill it far post. So he'll be disappointed with that, but it's okay. Good signs.
Double change in the offing for Preston. Delano Ferro. It's going to be a straight swap at right back. And they're going to have to rejig the midfield with Nick Dibb coming off. Delano Ferro put in a really good shift tonight. This looks to be hampered after that collision. Got an assist to his name as well for Brandon Lawton. Boffy. Very strong tackle. Mills thought it took a second ricochet. Preston bench up in arms about that.
Double substitution. Preston Lions coming up. Number 24, Delano Ferro. Number 66, Nicholas Dibb, being replaced by number 30, Luca Resti, and number 2, Dominic Felino.
Sally Jarlo again. Trying to use his bursted pace against Gibello. That's good tracking back from the Frenchman. Sees it over the byline for a goal kick. Now North Geelong change. It's going to be Escudero who comes off. The goal scorer. Well, maybe he doesn't have 90 minutes in his legs, the veteran, but Preston will be relieved enough to see the back of him.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. I think even if he doesn't move, he's still a threat.
Yeah.
seems to be a step ahead.
It's Emil Damey who comes on, the new signing for North Geelong. He last played at this level back in 2016. He's been plugging away in the state leagues. But he does have an international cap and a goal for Liberia. Former Nunawading player. Also played for Kingston and Murray United. Most recently plying his trade for Whittlesea Rangers in the state leagues. Luka Didalitsa. Opperman. Michael Boffey. Picks out a rest, he does really well. I've got to say Michael Boffey's impressed me tonight. A new arrival on starting debut.
Yeah, he's been good. Really aggressive. No, he's done well. He's done really well. Aggressive, won most 50-50s. Played the ball pretty simple. Hasn't tried anything too risky at all. So
late challenge, and the yellow card's going to come out here. Fourth booking of a pretty physical game. Michael Boffey has brought that physicality that we needed in the absence of Jake Tchaikovsky. Mills opted not to send it up the line for Connor Bell. On Scott with a heavy touch. And it's a rather unnecessary giveaway. It's been a nervy second half after the swashbuckling first. I feel as if a fourth goal for Preston would kill off the contest. Opperman, Didalitsa. George Ellis. Luka Didalitsa, good footwork. Back with Banavats. Christian Kristevski urging Giorgio Serdenis to get tighter and push up and press. Try and force a mistake. Jarlo. Don Scott picks out the right pass this time. And Luke Jego played a risky one. Now Opperman has Emil Damey on the right, the substitute. Brings it onto his left. Strikes goalwards, takes a nasty deflection. And Preston scramble the danger away. So Dennis out to Gibello. Connor Bell wants to see a little bit more of the ball out on this left flank. Arresti. Waits a ball in behind. Might just run away from Gibello, and it does. It just seems as if Connor Bell's been a bit starved of service in the last 5-10 minutes, Will.
yeah, I think so, but that's okay. I think Preston need to do a much better job at just sort of putting their foot on the ball and playing it and letting Geelong come at them. So we sometimes get carried away to try and keep playing on the counter because, yeah, our best player is screaming for the ball out wide. He wants to get on the score sheet, so it's fair enough from Belly, but I think we just need a bit of control in this game at the moment.
Question of just managing the tempo a little bit, letting North Geelong tire themselves out. Striking when the opportunity arises.
Yeah, I think it'll come. Still another couple chances in this.
Luka Didalitsa. Back to Ellis, who was on the score sheet against Northgate last week. Barnavats. Opperman setting the tempo for North Geelong, the captain. Emil Damey has legs off the bench. Little reverse ball. Boffey's clearance is deflected, but it does the job. Oh, Mills collected late. And referee waves advantage. Preston had that extra number on the right in Dom Folino, but he couldn't get there in time. Boffey recycles out to Mills. Connor Bell wants it early in behind. Alec Mills. Oh, that's a dangerous clearance from Seth Sakuta in the North Geelong goal. Aresti. Mills. Back to Luke Aresti. Oh, it's a clear foul from Emil Damey, who's pointing to the ball. Not sure he got anywhere near it. Well, it's difficult with these central free kicks. You go for goal from this sort of distance, you try and clip it into the box. Well,
I don't know what we're going to do here. I don't know about sending both centre halves up right now, but yeah, probably just go for back post and head it back into the to the danger area.
Boffy's the obvious candidate for that. Preston try just that. It's headed across goal. Bell was lurking. North Geelong trying to break. Free kick conceded high up the pitch. Preston just trying to get their defensive shape back. Two substitutes getting ready for Preston. Sir Dennis, first time for Connor Bell, who's got acres of space here. Raymond Dio in the way. Connor Bell takes him inside. Still Bell. Aresti with the toe poke. Just lacked a little power. They didn't have much time. And it's just a little too much air underneath it. And Seth Sakuta made a straightforward enough save. Chokdao and Syed Fatemi are ready to come on. Preston will empty their bench with over 10 minutes to play. Big run home coming. The Preston Lions, we want your voices behind them on the way there. Next Saturday, it's away at Caroline Springs, George Cross. Well, that one split the defence, but it's not going to count. 5:30 p.m. kickoff over at City Vista. And the week after that, another Friday night home game up against Melbourne City. And Preston are going to sacrifice both wingers here. A bit of a refresh on the flanks, Will.
Yeah, I think this will cause Geelong a lot of problems. I know Belly can run all day up and down. I think he probably would have got on the score sheet, but probably a smart decision. Wes has done well today as well. He's put in a shift. Good goal as well. Another goal with his head. Always tells me he can head a ball, but I don't see it very often. So
he's scored a couple this year.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it, because in training he won't let the thing touch his head. So
saves it for match day.
Yeah,
it's probably sensible in this age of hypersensitivity about concussion. Just minimise your training during the week and not him in on the weekend. Syed Fatemi has been the last-minute hero in wins against Bentley Greens and Kingston City. Can he get on the score sheet again today and settle this one once and for all? Could it be chalked out? He's been in decent goal-scoring form of late as well. Scored against both Bentley and Kingston.
Yeah, Chalk seems to always have a good game when he's got a point to prove. He's got a little bit of fight about him, so he'll have a point to prove certainly at the moment. So he'll be dangerous like always.
Always makes an impact when he comes off the bench, chopped out. Barnavats directing traffic. This Angel Floats it out to Emil Damey on the opposite flank. Nice take off the chest from Damey. Bullies his way past Sir Dennis. He just had a little nibble at the ankle there. And the referee deems that worthy of a free kick. Just over 80 minutes played. Ryan Opperman sizes up this set piece. Lots of air underneath it. It's going to be Bon Scott's ball at the second attempt. And Dom Foligno putting the foot on the accelerator. This is Fatemi, fresh legs off the bench. Goes back to Brandon Lawton. Scored 2 terrific goals today. The second of which, Preston's third, an absolute belter. If you're joining the stream late, make sure you skip back and have a look at that one. Long high clearance. Barnevart's underneath it for North Geelong. So Dennis heads on. Ooh, late into the aerial contest. And a yellow card is out here. Dom Foligno, I think it was, pleads his innocence. Just second to the ball there.
Yeah, I thought it was a 50-50. But yeah, I guess he must have gone in with his elbow. I couldn't really see it too much. Didn't think there was much in that, to be honest.
Well, updates from around the grounds. Eastern Lions have beaten Bentley Greens 3-2. And George Cross were a goal up against Northcote City. They went down 2-1. Missed a penalty and got a man sent off with 22 minutes to go. So Preston's opponents next week will have at least one suspended player. Over at Paisley Park in the top flight, Altona Magic looks set to spring a surprise on Avondale. They're a goal up after 68 minutes. Earlier in the day, Moreland City have gone down 2-0 against Hume City, and Port Melbourne suffered a 2-1 defeat to the Oakley Cannons. Well, still treatment goes on here for a head knock. It's going to be Spencer Hand who is introduced. And that substitution does take place for North Geelong, injury enforced. In comes Spencer Hand for Shun Nakamura, who is stricken on the opposite side of the pitch, and we hope he's okay. Given away in build-up play. Can Preston take advantage? Jock Dow slips the pass through. So Dennis for a resty, flag up on the far side. And Preston have been offside quite a few times tonight. By my count, that's 7.
Yeah, it's happened a lot with those third-man runs. But when it's come off, it's been good. You've seen Lawton do it time and time again, Jegs at times. So it's been effective. It's definitely a part of the game that Christian is really big on, is those third-man runs into the corners. So it's been good to see.
Aresti trying to split the defence for Temi. Couldn't get there. Offside again. That's number 8. And the boos come out for the Linos flag on the far side. Foligno. Jago with all sorts of time. Goes over the top for Choctaw. Clearance is going to stay in for Salujalo. Preston win it back, but not for long.
I don't know why we're getting so stretched here.
There's maybe a rush ball from Jego there.
Yeah, the spaces from Giorgio back down to Boffy and ours is too big at the moment, so was there about 10 minutes left?
Yeah, 5 minutes plus stoppage.
Yeah.
Ellis. Oh, it's over the head of Boffy. Sonny Brimmer bearing down. He went down in search of a free kick. Aaron Anderson did nothing out of the ordinary. Christian Kristevski is prowling his technical area. Anderson out to Chok Dow. Took a bit of a loose first touch, and Jallo able to nip in and win possession for the Warriors. Salu Jallo is impressed for the visitors tonight. Didalitsa. Ellis. Now Banovats. Didalitsa again. Last touch off Jallo? No. It's come off Chok Down. So say the officials anyway. Ellis. Raymond Dio measures in the cross. It's off for Temi. Had his arms tucked in. Dio dribbles it past Syed for Temi. Gets to the byline. There's a player prone in the box who couldn't make meaningful contact. Arresti now. It's going to be a Preston ball. It skimmed off the toe of Luka Didalitsa. Oh, another nervous moment at the back, Will.
Yeah, wasn't great by Saeed there, but he certainly isn't a 1v1 defender. You want him running at players all day, but he got done there.
There's Opperman, Didalitsa. Ellis for Dio. And a big response in this second half from North Geelong. Mills away. So Dennis holding off Banovats.
Great play from Giorgio there.
Really good hold-up play. Half a shout for handball. Uncompromising tackle from the substitute Spencer Hand. And now Emil Damey can run at Alec Mills. Wants it on his left, Emil Damey. Takes it inside, and it's off the fingertips of Bon Scott.
Goal.
And it will count. A moment to forget for the Preston goalkeeper. Wow, North Geelong have come back from the dead, and they are knocking on the door now. A long-range speculator from Emil Damey trickles its way over the line. And Preston, they look so comfortable, are on the brink. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's another case of sort of know your player. I know he's come off the bench, but he's cut it on his left 2 or 3 times already. So keep him on his right foot and possibly doesn't happen. I know it's a poor mistake by Bon and he'll know that, but it's happened before with us, Western United. That young boy put it in the top corner, so those sort of mistakes can't happen.
Didalitsa. There's a new signing. He's come up from the State League, so maybe he wasn't in the scouting report. Emil Damey.
Yeah, I get that. I know it's a good hit. He's cut inside, but it's more.
Yeah.
You've watched him cut in a few times, so I don't know.
Got to be alive to where players want it, which foot they want it on.
Yeah.
Saya for Temi. Good sliding challenge from Didalitsa. It's going to spill out to Arresti. Jago trying to tee up his right boot, surely a free kick, and Banavats will go into the book for that. Oh, we're into stoppage time here. This is a real scoring opportunity from this sort of range. It's almost the perfect shooting range off a free kick, Will.
Yeah, Jags has got this in him. Yeah, we'll see what he what he does, how he decides to strike the ball, but
big chance for Luke Jago here to work some magic. It's Jago, he slipped as he took it. Oh, it's over the bar. The flag stayed down for Giorgio Serdenis. A glorious chance to settle the game.
I don't think he could believe his luck there, Giorgio. It's unfortunate for him, but
the roar comes up from the grandstand now. Preston fans trying to cheer their team across the line. Mills, good challenge on Damie. Preston really shouldn't have been in this position, but how can they manage these final few minutes? Simple header from Didalitza down to Opperman. North Geelong on the attack again. Spencer Hands. Jarlo. Barnavats. Didalitza. On to Emil Damie. Oh, acrobatic stuff in the direction of goal for Temi. Keeps his cool. Alec Mills.
hold it up.
Into Giorgio Serdenis. Tries to switch the ball. I think intended for Choctaw. It's ended up with Foligno. And he's bought a throw. Really well done from Dom Foligno. Nearly 93 minutes played here. It's edge of your seat stuff. North Geelong on the comeback trail. It was all Preston in the first half. Choctaw bursts into space. And the goalkeeper comes out and sweeps away the danger. Well done by Seth Sakuta. They've got form for this North Geelong. Western United and Northcote City both thought the points were safe, and they weren't in the last 2 weeks. Well, Preston learned from their mistakes. North Geelong throw.
How much extra time was there?
I'm afraid I didn't catch the board there, Will, so we're in the dark here. I imagine it wouldn't have been more than 5 minutes. There was a lengthy stoppage on the far side for the concussion. Well, suspected concussion, the head injury, I should say, of Nakamura. Barnavats has been thrown forward as an emergency striker. That's where North Geelong are at the moment. It's Raymond Dio going at speed. Coughs it up to Jago. Mills. Oh, well done, Alec Mills down the line for Fatemi. He's got two in the middle. Syed Fatemi puts his head down and runs for the byline here. Chops inside Dio. It's Sir Dennis in the middle, and it's blocked. And it wouldn't have counted anyway. Just ricocheted up onto the arm of Giorgio Sir Dennis. Heart in mouth stuff still. Boffey.
Big header from Boffey there.
Yeah. And that's it. Preston survive the late North Geelong comeback and come away with a precious 3 points. fans have made their voices heard and roared this Preston team across the line just when it was looking a little desperate. It's the dominant first half showing that carries Preston through. A goal from Wesley Gibello, sandwiched by 2 goals from Brandon Lawton. And as it turns out, his first half wonder strike is the difference. Will Bainham. Let's talk about that goal again, shall we, from Brandon Lawton. Absolute diamonds.
Yeah, it was a joke, wasn't it? Yeah, it's funny because he said to me yesterday he's going to score a hat-trick. And he was just joking. He was laughing to himself. He was like, I don't have goals in me, really. But he does. I know he does. So he's always willing to get in the box. If you have midfielders that are willing to get in the box, they're going to score goals eventually. He's been out of luck for a few times for the last few weeks, in and out of the team. But what a goal. He deserves it. What a guy as well.
Wow. Preston withstood the comeback that Western United and Northcote City failed to in the last 2 games against North Geelong Warriors. They're never beaten until the final whistle sounds. And that, make no mistake, was a very, very well-earned 3 points. Situations like that when the momentum's against you, that you just need that bit of grit and determination. Make sure you get behind the Preston Lions in the run home, the business end of the campaign. These 3 points means Preston is still very much in the title race. Away at Caroline Springs, George Cross next week, City Vista on the Saturday. Make sure you get down for the 5:30 p.m. kickoff. That game will be huge. And then the following week at home against Melbourne City on the Friday night, 8:30 p.m. We need your support in the back half of this campaign. Preston Lions victorious tonight. Big thank you to our matchday sponsor, Mijak Constructions, and all of our Preston sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. I've been Josh Parrish. A delight to have Will Bainham alongside me for the second half, even if it was a bit of a tense one, Will.
Yeah, no, it was good. Thanks for having me.
And we hope to see you on the pitch sooner rather than later. We'll sign off here and leave you with the celebrations. The final score, Preston Lions 3, North Geelong Warriors 2.
What they do on the screen. It was there, you could see. I swear, you can't see it. It's too skinny and black. Whatever they say, they have to do. Alright, see you later. Good luck in the season, yeah? Make sure don't... How much left? You have to move from the bottom. You try. How happened that this man get the serious stuff? The black collar. He was under 23.
Yeah, the other coach couldn't make it tonight.